but it'll be an easy find. Alright, welcome back everybody to another Heroes of Might and Magic 5 Duel Mode series video. We got Miss Jhora today. We are in round 4, so be sure to go check out all of the previous rounds and previous fights in this round, because there are a lot. And please do not forget to like and subscribe. You guys have been killing it with all of that and the watch time as well in this series. It's been fucking fantastic. Definitely ready for it to be over though. Man, it's gonna end up being 90 something videos on this series. It's been a long time. It's been damn near 2 years, I think. Definitely 1 year for sure doing this series, but it's a lot. Obviously in between I've played, you know, other games and everything, so that's taken up time, but it's been a long journey, but super fun. Been fun streaming all this live on Twitch down in the description, as well as been killing it on this YouTube series with all of the likes, subscriptions, watch time. It's been easily the best series on my entire channel, and I have had a great time doing it, so definitely very excited to get it done though, you know, end it, because we will be going on to Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. So I'm definitely very excited for the new Heroes game. Hopefully by the time you guys are seeing this, it is actually out. It's supposed to be. At least for me, this is the end of May, which by the time you guys are seeing this, it's far away from that. It's no longer May anymore, and Olden Era is supposed to come out in Q2, so minimum by the end of June. So we'll see if they have pushed it back. Obviously, by the time you guys are seeing this, you'll know. So will I. But super excited to play the new Heroes game. Yikes. That's why that mage sucks. This is the mage right here. This is King Mage. Archmage is garbage. But yeah, I mean, all of the different game modes in Olden Era 2 is going to be super fun. Campaigns, you got normal multiplayer, you got single hero multiplayer, which I'm super excited about because I've never been big on like having a shit ton of heroes. You know, some people love having, you know, like 8 fucking heroes just running around, and that shit's just annoying to me. So having single hero is going to be super fun. Fantastic addition in my opinion. And then their own dual mode series, which is arena mode, but nothing is preset, so that's going to be super great to play. So it's all random. You get a random choice of 3 with everything, with heroes, your levels, your artifacts, spells, and then creatures. So you can definitely build some crazy whack teams. So I'm super excited with that. But that's literally just the same as dual mode. So you and your opponent will choose those, and the stacks will be like similar to this. You know, it's not going to be, you know, 2 years into a multiplayer game with crazy amount of stacks. It will be, you know, amounts similar to this. So I am very excited to play all of that. Those gremlins still have the repair that they can repair those golems. But like I've been saying in this round, in round 4 here, I feel like we've seen some of the best fights in the series, honestly. It's super different to see um, everybody face their own town's creatures and heroes and stuff. Because obviously there's been some great fights, in the normal, like Academy versus Inferno or whoever, but it's been interesting to see a lot of these fights where it's, Academy versus Academy. I feel like it's definitely put up some interesting fights in the series for sure. We will see what Miss Jhora can do here in round 4. Again, be sure to be all the way caught up. I know it's a lot, but hey, then you have a guaranteed amount of, things to catch up on. Sometimes you're sitting there looking for new YouTube videos or, wanting more, and there are a shit ton of this series, let me tell you. And still more to come. We're not halfway into round 4 just yet, but we are very, very close. Actually, we might 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Actually, yeah, this is actually the midway. So after this is the end of the first half of round 4, if that makes sense. So then we got the last half of round 4, and then I'm gonna do a follow-up video going over every single hero's win-loss ratio and figure out who's the best, because obviously that's why we're here, as well as go over, I'm gonna do all 3 heroes from each town put together and see who has the best town or faction win-loss ratio as well. So heroes as well as all 3 heroes from each town's town win-loss ratio put together. Hopefully that makes sense. Individual heroes and all 3 heroes equaling their town's win-loss ratio to see who has the best town, and then who has the best hero as well. I'm not gonna lie though, some of these academy fights are the worst. They're just so slow. Anybody that thinks academy is the best or like a top tier town is crazy. Don't get me wrong, I like some of their units for sure, even the ones that aren't necessarily great, but golly, academy, it's just not good. It's absolutely carried by artifacts, and even then, you're making whatever unit you're putting the artifact on. Honestly, you're only making them like on the same level as other creatures from other towns, or like just a little bit better, to where like you're putting in all this effort to make your creature the same or a little bit better compared to other towns. Dude, how many times are you going to sabotage that fucking column? I mean, I guess he's doing what he can. He doesn't want to hit the Titan, but like, why not? I'm just gonna keep sabotaging 9 column. But these fights last forever. And I definitely think Jhora is gonna end up winning this one. Especially considering these gremlins have not repaired their golems and are at the point of death. And there's only 1 Titan left as well, so little to no hope, Razak. But yeah, I mean, Academy is just not that great. Gremlins are okay. I really like the repair gremlin to be able to repair your golems. That's super nice. It's a good utility tier 1. Not the best attack or defense, but like okay. And then, having some utility is nice. Gargoyles, it's nice to have a magic immunity, but other than that, they're pretty bad. Um, they're okay tier 2 units, just super mid. Golems are a little bit better, super nice again to have magic immunity. But they have some good defense and some pretty good attack, especially with extra retaliation and stuff. So like that's nice. Jins are just way too inconsistent for me. Um, they're cool units, but man, sometimes it feels like their attack is good. I'll give them that, and they have definitely a little bit of utility with their abilities and stuff. But their attack is good, but man, their defense is like you're either going to be like feel like a tank or feel like a fucking wet paper towel or something. It's just like it doesn't make sense. Jeez, barely won with all that resurrection. But Jhora does win nonetheless. We'll see what she can do here against Galib. But yeah, gens are a little too inconsistent. And I actually skipped the mages, my bad. Mages are fantastic. They are definitely the best creature in Academy for sure. Specifically, the, is that's Archmage over on the right, which is over on the right for you guys. And then the battle mages or whatever suck. So the dude on the left on yours team is shit, and the other upgrade on the right here on Glib's team is fantastic. Definitely Academy's best creature for sure. If not, it's top 2, top 3, no question. Raza, I can't even, Rakashas or whatever the fuck. Yeah, Rakshasa. They are super overrated in my opinion. They're not that good. Just yeah, again, just overrated. They're okay, but like for a tier 6, I'm taking so many other tier 6s over them for sure. And then Titans, it's super cool to have a tier 7 that's ranged. Obviously, Cyclops kind of is, as long as you have a goblin next to him. But aside from that, Titans are the only actual like guaranteed range tier 7s, which I think is super cool. I like it. But they still aren't that great. They're okay, but I don't feel like they are enough for tier 7s, like when I'm looking at a Titan compared to like Devil or a green dragon or a black dragon, um, or even an angel or something like it, they don't really compete. Now, bone dragons are terrible, and that's coming from me, an Acropolis lover for sure. Excuse me. But yeah, bone dragons are the worst tier 7 in the game. There's just like no question about it. But I will say I feel like Titans aren't insanely far behind them. But that's how I feel about Rakashas too. Like as a tier 6, they are so overrated to me. Like I don't think they are that great. They're okay, and like the one up top, the lioness one, the orange golden one or whatever, yellow, is pretty decent just because it can hit multiple targets as a tier 6, which is fucking awesome. But still, that's not always guaranteed, and if you're not doing that, you don't have great attack, you don't have great defense. Yeah, they're just overrated to me. They're still decent for sure, but overrated to me nonetheless. Um, but easily the worst tier 6, is going to be the Shadow Witches from Dungeon. They are easily the worst tier 6 in the game. Terrible attack, terrible defense. Their defense is actually kind of okay, mid at best. But their utility is trash. Their fucking casting is not good, not useful. I don't know what that mage just did, why he did that. Killing his own fucking mages. Not worth it. But yeah, it's just hard because that's kind of like when and then you're, oh my gosh. Everybody's just killing everybody's own units. But yeah, when you're thinking of Academy, like their units are just in comparison to other units of the same tier from other towns, they are pretty much all on the lower end. You know, like Gremlins, I would say is in the top 4 of 8. Gargoyles at 2, probably not. Golems at 3. They might be 4th. They might be in the top 4, but even so, not, like, I'm taking hunters, I'm taking ghosts, other tier 3s. I don't know, I can't think right now off the top of my head, but yeah. Mages, I would say, is pretty set in the top 4. I mean, at tier 4, like, Vamps are in for sure. Mages are great. But then you got Djinns at tier 5, and there's a lot of tier 5s, even though the worst tier 5 is the Priest and Haven by far. Much like the Shadow Witch, terrible attack, at best mid defense, and then shit utility spells. Overall, just not a good unit. But same for Rakashas. Like if you're talking about tier 6, Cavaliers are better, Pit Fiends are better. I think Whites are better, and obviously I love Necropolis. I think the only thing that puts Whites above them is the Harm Touch for sure, otherwise they are not better than them, but that utility is massive in big team fights for sure. But even if not, then you go Trents, which are definitely better. Wyverns, I would say overall are probably better. Yeah, definitely. Because even without the Blood Rage that the rest of Stronghold gets, they're still a strong tier 6. Thanes, maybe Rakshas are better than Thanes. Thanes bring a whole lot to the table, but it's like everything that they bring to the table is all good. It's all good things, but it's almost like it's not enough or something. It just like it's never like like Wraith Harm Touch to me is super strong utility. Um, you have one Wraith left, and then they stop messing with you, and you can Harm Touch tier 7s one at a time. Like it's crazy good value. Or again, Pit Fiends being able to cast, like they cast good shit. Fireballs are one of the best casts in this game, or same with meteor showers and shit. Like it just is. So, but Jhora goes 2-0 here in round 4. Be sure again to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one. Now I need to add these up. So I'm almost positive Raven went 1-1.